Promise. Rohan was utterly confused. God had himself administered an oath to Rohan and he had promised. How could he break it? But his mummy and daddy could not understand his behavior. They were getting anxious. We would better take him to a psychiatrist, I say. Rohan's mummy suggested his daddy. Do you really feel it's that serious? He asked dubiously. I'm pretty sure about it. His behavior has changed a lot. He started talking to himself since early morning. Not only that, but he seems to have hallucinations. He's muttering as if there is someone with him. Daddy's reaction was totally unexpected. He stopped reading, dropped the newspaper on the center table and started laughing. It is not funny, don't take it lightly. You better watch Rohan closely, she said. You want me to play James Bond? As a schoolboy, I used to adore 007. You want me to go into that state of mind again? Rohan's mummy took the whole thing quite seriously. Rohan was having breakfast at his dining table. Mummy was frequently glancing at him from the corner of her eyes. By that time, Daddy was again engrossed in the newspaper. She nudged him and whispered, Come here and look at him. Daddy assumed the James Bond pose and hid behind the door. He was aghast when he saw Rohan speaking loudly to himself. He didn't know how to react. Rohan was saying, You're quite lucky. Every day you get laddus and pedhas. I am fed up with these sweets. But I have no choice. I have to eat sweets every day. Today your mom has made tasty masala dosa. Do you relish it? What a question. You may eat one hot crispy dosa for yourself and one on my behalf. Shall I tell you one thing? Nowadays there is no fun in heaven. I can't get you. What do you mean? We have literally everything in heaven, but no masala dosa. Rohan started laughing aloud. In the process, a piece of potato slipped from his hands. God clapped with Rohan. Daddy looked at Mummy and admitted, I agree with what you say. Are you convinced now? Asked Mummy. Daddy slowly approached Rohan in the typical James Bond style. With whom are you talking, son? God. No, Rohan said hesitantly. What's wrong with you? Are you not well? I am perfectly okay. Why are you worried? Since morning even mom is nagging me with the same question, said Rohan. He started walking away. Where are you heading? Asked Daddy. Tomorrow I have an exam, don't you remember? I have to study my lessons by heart. Wow, that's like a good boy, Daddy commented happily. God sat beside Rohan as he was reading his book. Now it was God's turn to get surprised. He had never seen so many books and notebooks. Oh my, so many books. They are watching me. They think something is wrong with me. They'll take me to the doctor and he'll inject some medicine. All you will do is sit quietly and enjoy the scene. Rohan grumbled. Why are you scared? Main hu na, said God. Do you know this movie? Of course I know it. I can see the posters near my temple. Some people stand in queue for the tickets and the others wait for hours to come and see me. I've never seen any movie. But I wish to see it. Tomorrow is my last chance. I have to return to the temple and take my usual seat before 6 p.m. Till then, I'm free. At 6 p.m., the priest will lock me inside. My boon to come and experience your world is valid till 6 p.m. tomorrow. But are you not omnipotent? I was told to believe that you are. Then why should you bother about special arrangements to watch a movie? It's not that simple. We too have to abide by our head God. I am omnipresent, but that is not enough. Once in a while, we too feel like enjoying life. I was given permission by our great God to reside in your body and experience the worldly life here on earth. But this permission has been granted only for the period of 2 days. You've been chosen for this task because you're such a nice boy. God has been watching your daily routine and your ardent devotion towards Him. Today, early morning, you came in my dream and gave me your word for it. Now you cannot back out. I'm not backing out. But the tricky part about this arrangement is you're audible to me alone and not to my parents. They are perplexed because they hear me talk. You will have to put up with it. You owe me that much. Okay, Baba, I'll cooperate with you. Now enough of studies. I am getting bored, said God. No way. Tomorrow I have to appear for an 1 hour exam. Won't you come with me? Oh yes, I'll be there. I won't mind if you keep on studying, if you let me watch the TV channel. Are you kidding? Are you really going to watch TV? Why? What's wrong in it? I would like to watch Shin-chan if you let me. How is it possible? I'm busy with my studies and you'll require my eyes to watch TV. At that precise moment, Mummy entered the room and inquired, Is everything okay? Are you alright? Yes, Mom, but he wants to watch Shin-chan. Who is he? Mummy asked. I'm sorry, I was talking about myself. Then whom were you referring to? Rohan did not know how to reply to this question. He was baffled. But immediately he thought of a reply. He showed his own image in the mirror to her. Mummy could not help laughing at this witty reply. She said, You naughty boy, do I ever prohibit you from watching cartoon? Especially when you have already studied seriously? But this hobby has transformed you into a real cartoon. Mummy, shall I watch Shin-chan? Mummy readily agreed to it. Rohan was so excited that unknowingly he commented, Wow, now both of us can watch TV together. Come on. Mummy turned sharply and said, What do you mean? With whom are you going to watch TV? Rohan was caught. But immediately he replied, I mean we two, you and me. Oh, God thoroughly enjoyed Shin-chan with Rohan. Daddy happened to enter the room at that moment. He was pleased to see Rohan enjoy the TV show. He said, Rohan is a well-groomed boy. He's learning manners and etiquettes. He actually greeted me as soon as I entered the room. Here is a chocolate for you, Rohan. Wow, eclairs! Daddy, please give one more for him. Rohan became aware of his mistake the moment he uttered these words. He could not help bite his tongue. Daddy became suspicious. He asked Rohan, Who is this other fellow? Have you hidden anybody, a friend of yours? Rohan had tremendous presence of mind. He explained, Daddy, you're simply great. I was referring to Shin-chan, who else? How would he eat eclairs? Watch. I will show you shortly. Hand me over the other piece too. Daddy gave him both the pieces and kept waiting there. This one belongs to me, said Rohan and put it in his mouth. After finishing it, he put the other one in his mouth and said, Now I will consume this one. Daddy was stunned. Be careful. Your dad is closely watching you. Don't swallow it. I too wish to taste it. God was expectantly waiting for the eclairs. Wait, I know it, Rohan assured God. But obviously, Daddy could not comprehend the situation. Whom are you talking to? He inquired. Of course with Shin-chan. Where is he? Can't you see him? I can see him on the screen. Now look here. Deep down my eyes. Mummy happened to come in the room. She was confused about what was going on. Why was Daddy closely inspecting Rohan's eyes? Why are you peeping in his eyes? What are you looking for? She asked Daddy. Shin-chan, Daddy exclaimed. Rohan misunderstood this part of their conversation. He thought that Daddy had seen God through Rohan's eyes. Have you seen him, Daddy? Yes, Daddy replied. Where? Rohan asked. Daddy touched Rohan's eyes with his fingers. Now Rohan chewed the second eclair and told Daddy, the second one was for him. Do you get me? Daddy was a bit perplexed. He hugged Rohan, pinched his cheek and said, "My little Shinchan, God helps those who help themselves." While Daddy was narrating Rohan's mischief to Mummy, God started eating the eclairs with relish. He liked it very much. "This is good. Our ancestors could make the earth, the stars, but you people invented delicious things like masala dosa, chocolate, and heroes like Shinchan. You create exotic things. You've even surpassed us." Rohan was pleased to note that God was enjoying both the Shinchan episode and the eclair chocolate. He had found a new friend in God. When his friend Chinmay came and suggested that they play together, he pretended to be busy. "I'm busy entertaining my new friend." Inadvertently, Rohan told Chinmay. Mummy was quite vigilant. She immediately probed, "Who's your new friend? Where is he?" Rohan didn't know how to encounter this situation. God should have warned him about Mummy's proximity. Nevertheless, he managed to reply, "Mummy, have you forgotten? You always advise me to enjoy my own company, be my own friend. I have decided to follow your advice today onwards." Mummy was convinced. "Okay, if that is the matter, then it's fine," she said. When Mummy left the room, God started chuckling aloud. "Rohan, you marvel. You didn't lie to your mom, but you didn't tell her the truth either. One should learn this skill from you. I am doing all this for your sake, only for you," Rohan said. "Rohan, today we had a nice time. Do you have any plans for tomorrow?" "What can I plan? Tomorrow I have my exam." "What do you mean by this word exam? What is exam?" "You will come to know it tomorrow. But please, keep quiet in the exam hall. I will have to concentrate on my exam. I won't be able to answer any of your queries." "What do you mean?" "The school gives a series of questions and we have to write correct answers to all those questions." "Do you mean to say that school can speak with you?" Rohan was amused by God's ignorance. But God was so innocent that he could not comprehend the reason behind Rohan's amusement. School speaks, teaches, punishes us, and shapes our lives. In a way, that too is a temple for us, Rohan sincerely explained. "Do you mean to say that you would be taking me back to that temple? I don't want to go there. I would rather stay back at home. I would watch Shinchan." "Don't you want to know what exam is? Then you'll have to come with me." God was exasperated with the size of Rohan's school bag. How is a small child like Rohan expected to carry such a heavy bag? He was sorry to see the volume of knowledge in the current era which young shoulders were expected to carry. The society in which Rohan's house was situated didn't have enough space for a courtyard. Rohan had neither space nor time to play. Vehicles occupied whatever mere space was available. So, he was left with no choice but to be glued to the TV set. TV had become Rohan's true friend. He had no time to speak to his neighbors like Meenu and Herschel. But he considered imaginary heroes from the TV serials to be his friends and lived in the fantasy world. It was inevitable of him to make friends with Noddy, Tom and Jerry, Superman. God was silent for quite a long time. Rohan presumed that God was sulking. But that was not the case. He was deeply engrossed in his thoughts. The children were crammed in auto rickshaws. He could see children learning while they had to run in between two classes. During the exam, God was tempted to tell the children, "Children, you should enjoy this process of climbing the stairs." But he could not say so. He had his own limitations. In the evening, God returned home along with Rohan. It was time to part. Rohan was very sad. Mummy could read Rohan's mood. She asked, "Rohan, why are you so sad? Didn't you do well in the exam?" He's going, Mom, Rohan replied. Mummy could not understand. Who's going? She asked. He, my friend, said Rohan. Spontaneously, he hugged his mummy. He was about to cry. Even God didn't wish to part company. Though it was a mixed boon, he wanted to enjoy this earthly life a little longer. Mummy embraced Rohan and patted on the back. Look, he's always with us. He never ever leaves us alone. He resides in every soul. He's present in the whole universe. Isn't it selfish to wish his company forever? Other people also long for his proximity and need his presence. Rohan was surprised to hear Mummy's consoling words. How could you read my mind and guess the concealed meaning of my words? Rohan asked her. I'm your mother. Who can understand you better than me? Day before yesterday, I had told you a mythological story about Prahlad and also about Dhruva. Both these boys were keen on meeting God. They performed severe penance in order to meet Him. You were very curious, and hence I explained the hidden meaning of God. I told you that the term God refers to the truth and all the best qualities that we possess. I even went ahead and told you that going to temples and worshipping God without being fair to our fellow men is meaningless. Many people offer prayers to gods and abandon Him in the temple. I advised you not to do so. I asked you to talk to the deity with your eyes and let the deity look at the world through your eyes. You're so innocent that you took those words literally. It doesn't matter. It is beneficial if one is able to talk to the inner God. But your conversation with Him need not be audible to others. Urge Him to shower you with His blessings and to watch you with caring eyes. Tell Him to go back to the temple and take His place. Many people are waiting to see Him there. Rohan was overwhelmed with emotions. He looked at Mummy with moist eyes. His God was caressing him with loving hands. In the form of Mummy, God was indeed with him.